Oh, hey, Matt Koenig, CEO of KonigCo and Buscador de Auto here. I am on with my friend and cohort, Christopher Spear. Chris, say what up.
What's going on, guys?
All right, so we last week we did our live weekly Sales Tips TV, and we were talking about using subject lines in an email that'll get attention. Different ways to grab people's attention, wake them up, make sure your emails actually get read, or your text messages that if you're going to send like a video link in a text, that it'll actually grab people's attention. Oh, by the way, rocking the Car Guy Nation shirt from our good friends at IPD Mail, Auto Dealer Live, great folks. So here's the thing. Last week we did this whole show live from a training session, and oops, for reasons known only to God, probably because of the horrible internet connection there, the camera wasn't on. So the folks on Meerkat and Periscope got to see it, but the folks that tuned in live to Sales Tips TV did not. So Chris and I are actually doing this as a hangout on air, and we're coming back at you. So we're going to share some of these email subject lines, some of the reasons to use them, some of the challenges salespeople face. We're going to go from there. So Chris, let me ask you, man, talk to me, bro. What are some of the reasons why people are not reading the emails that they're getting from their car dealership? Customer leaves, they don't buy a car, you're emailing the hell out of them to follow up. Why don't they just freaking click on it and read the emails?
Well, if I leave the dealership and I get an email that says, Chris following up from Cole, I'm probably getting the same type of emails from every dealership I go to. Everybody uses similar headlines. It's all, hey, following up about the Malibu, or just stuff that is very bland, very dry stuff. So you need something that catches their attention, either something that is very unique that they're not going to see anywhere else, or something that pertains directly to them. So
let me ask you this, right, for you personally, how many emails a day do you get to your phone?
Oh man, I probably get somewhere around 40 to 50 emails a day to my phone.
Okay, so now let's pretend we're a regular customer, right? A normal human being who maybe isn't in sales and they're not subscribed to like every different motivational thing that we're subscribed to. But
Yep.
it's fair to say that people get a lot of junk email, right? Because when they sign up for crap online, they don't know that they're signing up for a bunch of BS that's going to market to them every 40 seconds. And every one of these emails says something like, 20% off, or great savings, or super duper deal. None of that stuff's exciting, right? Like, it's not exciting to me. Is it exciting to you?
Not at all. Not at all. I mean, Groupon, that's one of the things I'm subscribed to. So I get Groupon deals all the time. So if a car dealer sends me, oh, new $500 rebate, whoop-de-doo. Because on Groupon, I mean, you're saving 50, 60, 80%. So to see something come across like, oh, save $500 on a $40,000 car, or get another $1,000 rebate, that's not exciting anymore.
No, it's really not. It's really not. And here's the thing, as people are opening up their emails, mostly it's like, I know for me, every morning I wake up, the very first thing that I do, right, is I open it up and I start going through all the crap I got while I was sleeping. So it's like, literally with my phone, I pull out my phone and I go swipe, 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 and I swipe everything to archive, deleted, trash. So let's talk about how we grab people's attention. And today, folks, this is going to be posted on salestips.tv on the website, so you can go back and watch this if you don't have time right this second. That way, you're not missing last week's episode. So let's hit on a couple subject lines. I'm gonna pick like 5 subject lines that I love. Chris will throw out 5 subject lines that he loves, and we're just gonna share these with you guys. Just to give you some tips. I mean, listen, everything we do, it's not like, oh my God, if you don't do it exactly this way, you are a complete freaking moron. What we're doing is we're just looking to go, hey, can we give you some tips? Can we give you some ideas that maybe you haven't considered that'll help you get some better conversion? That'll get some people to go, you know what? Maybe I'll open up and read this email. Maybe it's something worth reading. So I'm going to share a couple of my favorite subject lines, maybe 5 of them. Chris will share some of his. And then as we share them, we'll share some of the ways that we think this subject line works best. So I'll throw out one. I'll tell you what it is, why I like it, how I'd use it. Chris will throw out his. For me, one of my favorite email subject lines to use is one more thing, ... Now, I'll use that in an email. I'll use it when I send a text to somebody. But here's how I use it. Before I send that email, I'll record a short video. I will upload it to Vimeo or YouTube, unlisted, whatever, so that nobody can see it unless they have the link. But I'll upload that link, and I'll then send somebody, in the video, I'll tell them exactly what I want to tell them. Hey, blah, 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 blah. This is what I was thinking for you. This is how I can help. This is what you need to know. This is what's critical. So then I'll upload it to that site, and I'll copy the link. And then I will send a text that says one more thing, ... and I'll paste the link in. So they go, oh, I wonder what this is. Or I'll send that email with that in the subject line, one more thing. And then maybe the first line of text in the actual email, in case it shows them the preview, the first line of text might be, before you do anything else, you have to see this, right? That way they go, one more thing, before I do anything else, I have to see this. And then it says, click this link for a special video from Matt. They click it, and it's like, oh, okay, boom, there's the video. My whole goal is to get their attention. Now, of course, if the video sucks, doesn't have a good message, then you kind of wasted a whole lot of time and energy. But first one of my top 5 is one more thing. It worked for Steve Jobs, so what the hell, I figured it'll work for me. What about you, Chris? What's one of your favorites?
One of my favorites would be what everyone needs to know about the Chevy Tahoe or whatever vehicle they're interested in, or I like that one because it says to them, oh, there's something here that I need to make sure that I know before I make a decision on this vehicle. So it captures their attention because it piques their curiosity. If you can pique their curiosity, they may be considering other dealerships. They may not be, but if you can get them to open your email by saying, oh, what everyone needs to know about the Chevy Tahoe, or the one problem with the Chevy Tahoe, and then they open it up, and then that one problem that you list, or the 3 problems that you list, whatever it is, might be one thing about the Chevy Tahoe is people because of the redesign, people now view it as a luxury vehicle. So when you park it in your driveway, your neighbors are going to think that you're driving around in a luxury vehicle now, and maybe you spin it into something good, but maybe not those exact words, but something to that effect. You get them to open the email and you spin it into something positive about the vehicle, and then give them reasons why they should come back and see you.
Nice. I like that one. It's funny because that leads me to another one too, because you mentioned in your one before, like, hey, so-and-so at whatever dealership. And one of my favorites is warning. Don't shop at whatever your own company name is. Or you can use a competitor, but I like warning, don't shop at KonigCo until you read this. It's crazy because when the person reading it sees that it's coming from you, and it's telling them don't shop at your business until they read it, they're like, what the heck? My first thing that comes to mind is, did they leave there? What's going on? Did they leave and send a last email to me before exiting the building, right? So it's going to grab their attention. And then have a video in there. And notice I lean on video heavy, but have a video in there. And in that preview line, it says you must watch this before you shop at KonigCo again. And then when they click on the video, I'm going to tell them all the exciting reasons why customers love doing business with us. So subject line number 2 for me is warning, don't shop at your business name again until you read this. That's my second favorite one. What about you, Chris? What's a number 2 for you, bro?
A number 2 for me would be 10 questions answered about the GMC Sierra. If I was selling a GMC Sierra, 10 questions answered about one lead, whatever your product is, whatever questions answered about it. So then when this person's looking at this email, they're thinking, I was wondering about the payload of the GMC Sierra. I wonder if that's in those 10 questions that are answered about this thing. So now they open it up looking for answers to their question. So
I like it. I like that one a lot. That's a really, really good one. 10 questions answered about blank. Another one that I dig is, what would happen if you ... I love half sentences as email subjects because people are like, what's the rest of it? And I fall for it all the time. Like, those are the emails that tend to get my attention, as if a sentence is abruptly halted, right? So the subject line, what would happen if you ... and then maybe the first line of text in the email is, read this now, because that way it actually reads as a sentence, but it also gets them to open it. And then when they open it again, a video. And then I might start out with, what would happen if you were able to have the peace of mind that you didn't have to bring your vehicle in for repairs every 3 weeks. What would happen if you had the peace of mind to know that you weren't going to have to do A, B, C, and D? Well, now you can, and boom, 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 hit them with the why buy here stuff. So my third favorite subject line, what would happen if you, and I'm going to give Chris some props for this. He was reading the book, The Power of the Subconscious Mind, and he was talking about some of those words that engage people, and the word, like things like imagine if. So if you're going to make a video, I think to do that. So pro tip from the book to Chris to me to you is don't be afraid to start something up with the sentence, imagine if, boom. All right, so my third favorite one, what would happen if you ... First line of the text and email, read this. And Chris, what's your third favorite?
My third favorite, before I get to that, I absolutely agree with that. If you use the word imagine, and especially if you shoot a video for the customer and you say imagine, and you put some emotion and feeling behind it, and you say, imagine if I could get you 400 more leads per month, or imagine if I could save you so much money. Imagine if you could get the perfect Chevy Silverado, and it had those leather seats that you wanted, and it had this, and it had that, and then you say imagine, and then you start painting them a picture. Because when you say imagine, they start to open up their imagination, and they start to paint that picture with you. So now you're building some emotion inside of the customer.
Awesome.
So that is an awesome tip. One of my other favorite email subject lines, one of my new favorites, is whatever demystified. So if I'm at a car dealership, it's going to be car shopping demystified. And then you tell them, here's the thing about car shopping. Car dealerships used to do X, Y, and Z, and they used to use these old school practices. But now you come into the dealership and see me at Cole, you're going to find this, 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 and this. We make it easy. And then you paint a picture that these are the old school thought patterns, and this is what old school dealers do, and this is how you'll get treated if you walk into one of those old school dealerships. Now, if they go to a dealership and they treat them like that, they're going to say, oh, Chris said that other dealerships do this, this, and this to make the buying process harder, but he said they do the opposite and make it easy. So demystified, it's something that's it insinuates that they don't understand the buying process, which already customers feel like they start doing a lot of research before they go in, because they don't know how the buying process goes or how it's going to be when they walk into a dealership. So if you can demystify the process for them a little bit, make it simpler, paint a picture of what they should expect when they come in, and then if they go to a different dealership and get something different, they're going to say, you know what? Chris said that he'd give it to us this way, and this dealership's giving it to us in a negative way. So let's just go see Chris. Well,
I think that's a good tip, because if you're going to give it to them, you got to give it to them right. So
exactly.
Good stuff. All right. Let's talk about next subject line. This one's one of my favorites. It's a new favorite of mine, and that's this. Is this weird? ? Oftentimes when somebody's getting an email from a business, it's business related, right? There's never been a better time to save than now. But when your subject line says, is this weird? ? And then again, first line of the text in the body for the email preview says something that's like a half sentence, like, I've never told you this, but ... And now they're going to be like, should I open this at work? I mean, I had this from my car salesperson. Am I getting in trouble? So there's that something about that just makes me want to go, maybe I just want to see what it is. And then when they open it, a video again, and you can even put this video safe to watch at work, right? And then you can have some fun. Like maybe you're outside by a vehicle, and it's the vehicle they looked at, and it's a new GMC Sierra, and you're out there and you got a water bottle. Like I love this. And you like stand by the car and you got your selfie stick extended fully, and you're like, I'm standing here by the Sierra, and it was just telling me how sad it is that you still haven't come back to pick it up, and like pour water on its headlight so it looks like it's got tears streaming down. And they're gonna laugh and they're gonna go, that is so stupid. And it is, but it's also so different. So that's one of my favorite subject lines. Is this weird? And then maybe this is safe to read at work. So that's my number 4. Chris, what's your number 4?
Okay, my number 4 is blank flaws exposed. So you might say, if they're shopping you against the Ford F-150, you might say F-150 flaws exposed, or you might even say your own product, and then when they click on it, talk about what the flaws of your product are. I mean, what better way than to just be brutally honest with the customer? Say, hey,
you mean
you know
like
what?
a flaw, like you might get so many people asking you about where you bought that great looking Chevy Silverado?
Exactly.
I'm just saying.
Exactly. Spin it into something positive. Talk about the payload. Talk about. I mean, if you're talking about if you're selling a Chevy Silverado and you're competing with the F-150, you might say Chevy Silverado flaws exposed, and say, you know what, the Chevy Silverado. One flaw with the Chevy Silverado is it's not as light as the F-150. But despite that fact, the Chevy Silverado still gets better gas mileage. And still has better payload. And they've got a lighter aluminum frame, so how come their payload hasn't gone up? I mean, you might take it as far as that. So you can talk about flaws that aren't really flaws, that aren't really a negative thing in the customer's eyes.
But using that in the subject line will get their attention, get them to open that email.
Exactly.
And then
Exactly.
Good tip. Good tip. My number 5, the last one I'm going to share today is kind of hand in hand with that. So I may put like whatever my product, or like if it's a vehicle I'm selling, that is the keyword of the subject line. And then, well, here, I'll fill it in like this, like one lead may be dangerous to your BDC. Now, one lead's our new product that's rolling out August 1st. For more information, you guys can text the number 1 and the word lead, so 1 LEAD to 76626 to get some more information, a little sneak peek of what's coming, and to save yourself $3,000. Just saying, and by finally generating your own leads using your own platform with no lead fees. So I might say one lead may be dangerous to your BDC, or one lead may be dangerous to your third-party lead providers. And then in the first line of the email text may say read more. Now the whole idea is whatever your product is the first word, and may be dangerous to whatever the competitor is, or like if I'm selling a let's say a Chevy Silverado. By the way, if you're texting in, standard text and data rates apply. All right, so maybe if I'm selling Chevy Silverados, I'm going to say Chevy Silverado may be dangerous to your reputation. And then my first line in the text is read more, because in the video I'm going to talk about how the Chevy Silverado makes you so cool and so awesome that your neighbors are going to start thinking that you're just such a badass they may not want to hang out with you anymore because your truck is so tough, or because the Silverado is so good looking you're going to get so much attention that your wife's going to sock you in the shoulder because all these girls are looking at you getting out of that bad baller truck. Whatever you're going to put in your in your content, you can have fun with it. Okay, whatever you want to do, that's up to you. But as a subject line to get it read, warning, or Chevy Silverado may be dangerous to your reputation. And then you explain why. Chevy Silverado may be dangerous to your ego, right? Because you're finally driving something that's cooler than you are. Whatever it is, but I like the whole, vehicle may be dangerous to your whatever else. It'll grab some eyeballs, it'll get them to look, and then make sure there's a video with solid quality content in there for them to tune into. Chris, last tip for you, number 5. What's your last tip?
Last one I've got for you is this is like cheating. So your headline reads, "This feels like cheating," or "This is like cheating." And then when they open up the email, you talk about if you're selling cars, you say, "Hey, this is like cheating your way through the car buying process because you've connected with me first. I'm going to give you the best price up front without you having to doing like a lot of other dealerships will do and just saying, just come on in. We'll give you the best price. Just come on in. You know what? I'll give you that best price up front right now and make it easy for you." So
I like it. Great tip. All right, so here's the deal, folks. When it comes to email marketing, when it comes to text marketing, when it comes to having a conversation with somebody, you're trying to open the door back up, you've got to use subject lines that will get attention. If you've got good quality content, which you probably do, the biggest challenge many of us are facing is getting them to engage with the content. The only way to do that is to get a subject line that will grab their attention and get them to at least take a look. I said it last week when we were trying to do this, and I'll say it again, but there's an old saying, you can't lead a horse to water, or you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. The problem is we've got to make the horse thirsty in the first place. So we've got to salt the horse. That's what your subject lines are. That's what that first sentence in that text message is designed to do. It's designed to salt the horse, to make them thirsty so they'll want to take a drink. So thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate being here with me and Chris, the man Spear. Also want to remind everybody, Jim Ziegler's Internet Battle Plan is coming to Detroit, Michigan in September. Now, if you're a dealer or a general manager, it is going to cost, how much is it going to cost a dealer or a general manager, Chris?
$0. Free 99.
$0.099. $0 for general managers and dealer principals. You need to be there. You need to bring your salespeople. I think for a salesperson, it's like $1,500. Jim does some crazy stuff. Here's what I'm going to tell you right now. You go to the Internet Battle Plan in Detroit. You be at this event, and you will go back to your dealership and make tenfold what you spent on being there easily. The things that you're going to learn at the Internet Battle Plan are going to blow your mind. There are fantastic speakers there. We've got Elise Kephart there. We've got Kerry Wise. We got Tammy LeBlue. We got Sean V. Bradley. We got myself. We got the Alpha Dog himself, Jim Ziegler. I mean, there's a long list of experts in the industry that are going to be there to help you sell more cars, make more money, and just enjoy a better quality of life. But the only way that's going to happen is if you show up. So find out more information. Go to internetbattleplan.com. That's internetbattleplan.com. Do it after this video is over. Make sure you get the info. Ask the questions you need to ask, but more importantly, get your asking on right now. Get your asses to the Internet Battle Plan. It's going to be awesome. We're going to be there. I'll be there. Chris will be there. And we'll be there to help you sell more product and make more money. And I'm going to tell you, it is hands down one of the most powerful events of the year. It's in a good, smaller setting, limited amount of seating. So only 100 and something dealers that are allowed to be at this event because it's not a multi-room event. We keep it all inside. Jim does a great job. He keeps it all in one room, one venue, so you don't miss a thing. Like in the words of the Aerosmith song, you don't want to miss a thing. So make sure you tune in. InternetBattlePlan.com. Go there. And tomorrow, Tuesday morning, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 9 a.m. to 9:20. Chris Beer, myself, Sales Tips TV live, and you can always go to salestips.tv to tune in after the fact for Sales DVR. On Meerkat, follow at Chris Spear 1. That's at CHRISSPEER, Spear with 2 E's, not an E. At Chris Spear and the number 1. Follow him on Meerkat. On Periscope, follow me at KONIGCO because we stream it live on there too. Thanks again for tuning in. Now go and make your day amazing. See you, Chris.
See ya.